All right, so the problem that Danto has set for himself is try to distinguish Robert Rauschenberg's bed here, which is a work of art, and Klaus Oldenburg's bed right here, which is a work of art, from this rando bed here, which is not a work of art. So the first step he takes in trying to distinguish beds that are art from beds that are not art, or, in general, like what is art versus what is not art, is he first says, well, it all depends on what the meaning of the word is, as President Bill Clinton famously said back in the 90s. So he does make this point that the word is can actually mean a lot of different things if you think about it. So he distinguishes three different meanings that the word is can have, and then points out, look, there's a fourth kind of meaning that the word is can have as well. And that fourth meaning is going to be important for making sense of what counts as art and what isn't. So let's just go through these different meanings of the word is. So the first meaning is what's called the is of identity. So if I say something like, this bed is the one that grandma bought, well, I'm using that is to mean something like, well, equals or is identical to, right? This bed right here is identical to, it just is equal to the bed that grandma bought. So I'm using is to just say, look, two things are identical to one another. But notice that meaning is different than the second meaning, which is called the is of predication. So when I say this bed is yellow, I'm not saying that the bed is identical to the color yellow or that the bed is equal to the color yellow. No, I'm saying that this bed has a certain property, namely, it has the property of being yellow. And a word that philosophers often use for properties is predicate or predication. So you're saying, look, there's this predicate, this property, yellow, and that's a property that the bed has. And you can express that by using the word is, by saying, this bed is yellow. This stool is wooden. This tree is tall. In all those instances, you're just saying, look, there's this property, and that property is possessed by something else. Notice both of those meanings of the word is are different from the is of existence. So when I say the bed is in my room, I'm not saying that the bed is like identical to my room or equal to my room. Neither am I saying that the bed has this property of being in my room, and kind of am, but I'm saying something more specifically. I'm saying, look, this bed exists in my room. When I say the bed is in my room, I'm saying the bed exists, and the place it exists is in my room. For example, when I say that Donald Trump is, I'm saying Donald Trump exists, right? There's this like claim I'm making about his existence. So we've got these three clear different meanings of the word is. And now what Danto points out is that there is a fourth meaning of the word is, which he calls the is of artistic identification. So if I point to a painting, I might point to a dab of paint and say, that white dab is Icarus. And Danto's claim is that the meaning of that is different than the meanings of these three other kinds of is that we just went over. So in the next video, I'll try and give you a sense of what this is of artistic identification is.